Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Everybody loves Halloween. I love Halloween. It's just one of those things that we always talk about, and I wanted to go ahead and just make a quick little short video on top 10 movies I would recommend everybody watch during the Halloween season. I just think it's the perfect time to do it. You know, we're almost a few months away from, not even a few months, we're like 96, 95 days till Halloween. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do this video with a lot of passion, a lot of fucking angst. Now, remember, this is just my personal list. You don't have to agree with me. There's going to be some movies that I'm sure are going to be left off the list, but these are movies that I just recommend, ones I've watched in my lifetime that I just say, you know, maybe needs more recognition during this time of the year, because I know a lot of people who actually just don't talk about some of these movies. So, without further ado, we're going to hop into my top 10. I also should tell you that there are going to be some rated R films on this list. There are going to be kids films on this list. It's just a mix of just different types of Halloween-esque movies. So, without further ado, let's hop right into number 10.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yeah. Possibly one of the most hated movies in the Halloween franchise is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. But hear me out. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, yeah, it doesn't have Michael Myers, and yeah, it doesn't have that same typical formula we expect from the Halloween movies now. But this was coming from a franchise that decided to use the Halloween name as an anthology series. They didn't expect Michael Myers to come back. They wanted him to be done after the second movie. They didn't want that. They wanted to make a different story every single year for Halloween. Could you imagine what we would have gotten if that actually went through? Like, that whole plan actually happened? Like, we got different anthology movies for the whole fucking entire series? We could have been up to fucking Halloween 2018 by now with a totally different story than Michael Myers. Not saying I'm not happy we got Michael Myers back, because Lord knows I'm pretty damn okay with it. But Halloween 3, I think, gets so much hate. So much unfucking deserved hate. I mean, I understand that, yeah, people were upset when Michael Myers didn't show up, but overall, this is a pretty damn sweet little Halloween story about a group of people who make Halloween masks trying to take out the population of children, pretty much. They fucking make them wear masks that turn their brains and their faces into mush with bugs coming out of them. That's insane. After, you know, they hear this commercial from Silver Shamrock, it's one of those movies that, yeah, it's brutal, it's violent, it doesn't really have that same feel like the first Halloween movie with Michael Myers, but I really have come to appreciate this movie a lot. So yeah, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, it had to make my list. Bam! Jim Henson's Productions, The Witches. Oh my god, I watched this movie for the first time this year, and what an unsettling little family movie. It's actually a family movie, and it's a kid's film, but it's one of those ones that I did not know what I was getting myself into, but I've sat down and I've thought about this movie so much after I saw it, and I saw it like maybe 2 weeks ago, and the fucking atmosphere, the characters, I mean, everything is so odd and so fucking corny, I would say, cheesy corny, and it's a campy little movie with a fucking evil-ass villain, pretty hokey performances, especially by the two actors, the main kids, but it's one of those movies I think people are going to come to appreciate more and more and more, and they really have. I'm not saying they haven't. It's just one of those movies you have to watch. Please check it out if you have not. It's one of those movies I don't think you're going to regret checking out. It's weird, but it's a good weird. Nothing really speaks Halloween time like the classic Universal monsters from the original Universal monster movies, like Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, all this stuff, but we get to meet Frankenstein with Abbott and Costello, and Abbott and Costello are like two of my favorite comics of all time, and then they add in fucking the monsters, the classic, the big three, the Wolfman, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and Frankenstein. Yeah, it wasn't Boris Karloff's Frankenstein, but it was still really close. Just a classic movie, very fast-paced, very well-paced film, really funny, a lot of slapstick humor in there. It's fun for the whole family, really, and anybody can get into this. I mean, I know it's black and white, and there's a lot of people who just don't get into the black and white movies anymore, but if you really want to get into one, and you really want a fun time movie to watch on the Halloween season time, I suggest watching Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet Frankenstein. It's absolutely a classic. I love it. I've seen it so many times in my life. It is one I highly recommend, so please do check it out if you have not seen Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet Frankenstein. Yeah, number 7 is going to be Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp, directed by Tim Burton. I could have gone with The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and I was actually stuck between that version of Sleepy Hollow and this one, but for some reason I didn't, because The Disney version of Sleepy Hollow is actually, you have to kind of wait through a certain other type of film and a certain other video before you get to the Sleepy Hollow story, and this one kind of dives right into it. And not only that, but it actually is one of those performances by Johnny Depp I actually get behind a lot and I really dig. It's certainly a different type of character. And not only that, but they decide to give us a little bit more than just a simple story about a headless horseman. They kind of go to a murder mystery. They kind of do all these crazy things. It's a very dark Tim Burton feel movie. It's one of those ones that I know a lot of people don't talk about, and they mostly talk about, you know, movies that will be on my list still, but this is one of those ones I feel is kind of underappreciated. It is a weird movie, don't get me wrong. It's one of those ones that there are some what the F moments in it, but I think those what the F moments kind of add to the character overall of the story. So to me, it's one of those ones I think you should always check out during the Halloween season, especially. Okay, now I know I'm going to get quite a bit of hate for why I ranked Halloween Town as my number 6 and not my top 5. Now, I have my reasons. This is a very great family movie, first of all. It's one of those ones that I think was aimed more for kids than it was for adults and families overall, but it was aimed for mostly children. And most of the children, especially me who grew up watching Halloween Town, really enjoy and really appreciate the movie overall. It has that great Halloween vibe, really good tone. And it's just a lot of fun. That movie is just, it's the definition of fun, really. It's just something you can't, you know, don't take too seriously. It's just one of those ones you can slip on during the Halloween season and just throw popcorn in your face and enjoy the hell out of it. Great costumes. Now, the reason why it's number 6 and not higher is because though the movie is great with the Halloween season, it blends perfectly. It's one of those ones you have to watch almost once a year, every year for Halloween. It still does not hold up like other films on my list, in my personal opinion. For me, it doesn't hold up. I think the makeup is fun, the characters are fun, very interesting. There's like 1 or 2 creepy moments in the movie that kind of were a little bit more for like it was just creepy. But I think what made this movie, the jokes don't hold up, okay? The jokes don't hold up like they used to. I don't even laugh at them. It's just, you know, the humor is kind of not really there. It's just a story that you kind of just want to see the characters get through and be heroes for, and it's just one of those ones, yeah, it just doesn't hold up like it used to. So it's a great family movie, really a lot of fun, but if you're like me, it just doesn't hold up like it used to, but it's one you highly recommend if you're a big Halloween time seasonal fan, so yeah.
Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice.
Where do I begin? Now, it's easily safe to say that I love all these top 10 films. Like, these are ones that I love watching them every year, but these top 5 are the ones that I just cannot see myself going out without watching during the Halloween season. Like, these are just ones that are just a have to. These are have to. And Beetlejuice is no exception. It's one of the most craziest, one of the most fun, one of the best atmospheric, Halloween-esque type of movies there are out there. If you have not seen Beetlejuice, I mean, God forbid, you know, you should see it. It's one of those ones you kind of have to see at least once in your life. I cannot fathom how much I love this movie. It's one of those ones that deal with the paranormal in such a unique, fun way. It's creepy. It's actually creepy. It's fun. It's scary. It has great humor. Michael Keaton steals the entire show. He is fucking amazing in this movie. There's not one thing about Beetlejuice I can really sit here and say that I did not enjoy. It's just one that you can go into and just sit down with the family and all of you guys just laugh. You just laugh and have fun. It's a great Halloween-esque movie. So guys, if you have not seen Beetlejuice, please, please, please check it out. I beg you to check it out. So good. Fuck yeah. Speaking of a film that does not get talked about enough, I think Trick or Treat might be the biggest one on my list. Not a lot of people talk about this movie. I know it wasn't a giant hit when it first came out, but the more people have watched it, the more people have appreciated what the movie was going for. I think it's actually probably one of the best atmospheric Halloween seasonal movies on my entire list. It's absolutely a film. It's an anthology story that takes place on Halloween, just with all these stories that lead up to a great finale. So if you have not seen Trick or Treat, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but if you've not seen Trick or Treat, please do yourselves the honor and watch it. You'll go into it without any expectations, and when you come out, it will blow your mind. I promise you, it is not a waste of time. One of those ones that really, it's up there with Creepshow for me as like some of the best anthology stories of all time. It's fan-fucking-tastic. I love it to death. Peeping Sam, I think that's his name. Sam is one of the coolest little freaks of nature I've ever seen. Hell yeah, one of the coolest ones. Please, please, please check out Trick or Treat.
Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Arguably the best Halloween sequel in the entire franchise. Now, for me personally, it's not my favorite sequel, but if you're talking about the Halloween vibe overall, the season, this is probably the most Halloween-feeling film in the entire Halloween franchise. And there's like, I don't know, 10, 12 movies in the Halloween franchise, but this one really captures the season perfectly. It's perfect. Even to the opening scene, it's like, oh my god, this feels like the perfect fall movie. And pretty much, in my opinion, it kind of is when it comes to the slasher genre. It's kind of the perfect Halloween slasher film. Not saying it is, but it's almost there. Okay, yeah, Hocus Pocus. Okay, this is a very obvious choice for number 2. I feel like this film is kind of the perfect Disney Halloween movie. Now, I know you didn't see A Nightmare Before Christmas on my list, and there's a reason why that's not on my list, and that is very simple. I personally have not seen The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never seen it, and is one I'm going to be watching soon, but this is just a list of my personal, right now, favorite Halloween-esque type films for the season, and Hocus Pocus is my personal favorite. Arguably, probably the most iconic witches in horror history. And this is really like a horror movie, but it does have horror elements, and it is certainly a family film that anybody can watch. Everybody can watch this movie. I still think there are some weird storytelling choices, like how he has to be a virgin to take out the witches. Like, oh, a virgin will light the candle. A very odd thing for a Disney film to focus on. But overall, that's kind of like a nitpick at this point, because the film overall is so rewatchable, so fun, so funny. The witches are absolutely iconic. They're so quotable. It is one of those movies that if you have not seen Hocus Pocus, please do yourself the favor, check it out, because it will certainly cast a spell on you.
Halloween.
Okay, Halloween is number 1, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Halloween because it's quite obvious why I picked John Carpenter's Halloween as number 1. First of all, it's practically like my favorite slasher movie of all time, and second of all, it really is a utter classic when it comes to the Halloween movie talk. I find this movie to be scary, it is frightening, it still holds up from 1978, everything about it, the killer, the child, the whole concept of a kid losing it and not even knowing why he lost it, and he becomes this monster. The build-up with Michael, when Loomis is just standing there talking about him, how he's not even a human, he's just a monster, and you haven't even seen what he looks like, is utterly frightening. The build-up towards what you guys know as the Boogeyman is perfect in this movie, and the movie vibe, maybe the Halloween vibe isn't there like it is in Halloween 4, like the seasonal feeling, but it's still there. And not only that, but it just screams at you with the opening crawl with the pumpkin. You're just zooming in on this little pumpkin. It's just giving you that perfect Halloween feel. The fucking opening is perfect when it comes to the Halloween talk. It's absolutely one of those ones that is the have to for me. I have to watch it once a year, if not more than once a year. So guys, that is my list for the top 10, my personal favorite Halloween seasonal movies. What did you guys think? Comment down below. Give me your top 10 list. And I, of course, will see you guys in the next fucking video. Only a few more fucking months, like a couple months till Halloween. So guys, I'll see you then. Bam! Fuck yeah.